Rare social media-driven protests, unheard till now, is flaring across China, calling for political freedoms and an end to COVID lockdowns.
我觉得中国人民斗争，争取自由还有很长的路要走啊。我们没有一个比较完整的行动纲领。这次的游行，
大家经验都太少了。
但是我们做到了遍地开花。上海，这是北京。我们要科学防疫。
我觉得应该恢复正常，应该恢复正常生活，正常的社会秩序。
A deadly fire last week in Urumqi, the capital of northwest China's Xinjiang region, has become a catalyst for public anger, with many blaming COVID lockdowns for hampering rescue efforts. Country's censor army is unable to cope up with the number of suppression they could handle, and as the word is spreading out across the world, Chinese leadership is under pressure.
然后也是看到最近国内其他的地方都在为自己发声，我觉得我们作为北京的市民，或者说在北京奋斗的这帮年轻人，也应该走出来，然后去为自己的权利发声。其实这个不管是车的鸣笛声，还是我们今天在这儿，然后去说出我们的想法，这都是我们的所有人的心声，包括这个全国各地都在这样。我觉得他们应该认真的考虑一下大家的意见啊。中国是我觉得还是一个民主的国家啊，我希望他们能有所改变。
People are thronging to the streets in several major cities across China to call for an end to lockdowns and greater political freedoms, in a wave of nationwide protests, not seen since pro-democracy rallies in 1989 were crushed. There are even demands for the resignation of China's President Xi Jinping, recently reappointed to an unprecedented third term as the country's leader. However, the government continues in its denial mode, asserting there are no protests at all.
你谈到的有关情况与事实不符，中方一贯根据动态清零的总方针，根据现实的情况，一直在进行有关的调整。
Spreading through social media, they have been fueled by frustration at the central government's zero-COVID policy, which sees authorities impose snap lockdowns, lengthy quarantines, and mass testing campaigns over just a handful of cases. China's strict control of information and continued travel curbs tied to the same policy make verifying numbers of protesters across the vast country challenging.
心情其实挺沉重的，但是没想到能有这么多的人来，这个其实是对我有一个特别大的改观，因为我一直认为在中国现有的一个社会环境里是不会有环境能组织这样的活动的，因为大家知道，在过去的几年，我们的言论自由，还有我们的这些各方面表达自己想法的这些途径，都在被逐渐的封锁。没想到有一天，我们还能走到街头上去，公开的表达我们的诉求。
Protests also occurred in Wuhan, the central city where COVID-19 first emerged, while there were reports of demonstrations in Guangzhou, Chengdu, and Hong Kong. Capital city of Beijing and Shanghai saw police clashing with protesters as they tried to stop groups from converging at Wulumuki Street, named after the Mandarin for Urumqi. Crowds that had gathered overnight, some of whom chanted Xi Jinping, step down. CCP, step down, were dispersed next morning. A BBC journalist was also manhandled, which the Chinese government denies.
我们看到了 BBC 就有关的情况发表了声明。据了解， BBC 有关声明与事实不符。根据向上海有关部门了解的情况，有关记者当时未表明记者身份，未主动出示外国记者证。事发时，当地执法人员对现场人员进行劝离，在相关人员拒不配合的情况下，将其带离现场。
China reported 40,052 domestic COVID-19 cases this week, a record high, but tiny compared to caseloads in the West at the height of the pandemic.